Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit, Zappy here, back again with Hunter x Hunter. We're on episode 107, and in the last episode we had the infiltration take place of the palace, or now dubbed the meat plantation or whatever. Nov got in there, created some portals, and also Palm infiltrated as well, obviously all part of the same sort of plan, everything like that. And the idea is for Palm to get a look at the king and the royal guards so that she can keep an eye on them using her sort of blood Nen magic thing that she's got going on, but she's in a very dangerous location, and I don't really know if it's really going to be pulled off. I mean, I can't see this going smoothly, but we'll see how it pans out. Other than that, what else? Oh yeah, Leol. The Chimera and the Lion dude is going up against Morel, and the narrator said that they were kind of like similar and stuff, which you can see, and I think that is about it, really, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. So yeah, without further ado, we're just going to get in episode 107 and see what we get. So let's go. Okay, episode 107. Alright, well, good. Akalgo's permanent member, which is what I wanted. I just hope that nothing totally bad happens to him, because I mean, he's funny, he's great. He's like a little South Park character. He looks like that from behind anyway, like a Cartman or something like that. It's fantastic. So yeah, I believe that Mello will be as well, the chameleon dude. Because Knuckle is getting friendly with him. I believe we kind of just missed the part where they were introduced, I think. I can't remember. Because I feel like we haven't seen Gon and Killua in the, a good 4 episodes or something like that. So I can't remember if there was. I don't think there was. But doesn't matter, because Knuckle and Mello are getting friendly anyway. So yeah, we've got 2 Chimera ants on the team, which is good. So yeah, we'll have Nov, who is still affected. I said during the reaction that I was going to talk about it because I forgot at the very beginning. That people were saying that the reason why he was so affected was because he was in a state of Zetsu when he actually went to when he was infiltrating. So that when the aura was actually there and he was almost exposed to it, it that correlates with the fact that he was using Zetsu, meaning that he had no protection against it, which is why it's affected him so much. But then in that case, I would think Palm would be doing the same, and she would be using Zetsu as well. And I don't know how different the auras really are. I mean, when you look at a blue aura and a red aura, you're probably just by the color, you would think that the red is the worst, and it's probably more evil, I guess. There's nothing really to determine if that is the case. I would just think it is, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that, because obviously that was the last time we saw Palm in this episode, so hopefully she's fine. I did talk about last episode how I was wondering if, because Palm is she more comedically, she gives off that kind of aura as well, that maybe she might be able to handle it a bit more. And I was actually worried there when she was looking up that it would be a case of because her sort of love for Nov and whatnot, that she has this sort of thing where I have to do this, I it has to be done, I can't not do it. It's something that has to be done. So I worry that she is going to go through with it, and it's going to be at the cost of something. Either if it costs her life, which if that's the case, then the plan is ruined anyway, because she needs to have seen them and then get out alive in order for it to even, in order for that whole plan to even work. Otherwise, it was all for nothing. So I have a feeling and a theory that she is going to brave the aura. She's going to come out alive and have seen maybe not all of them, but maybe one might be enough, or 2, something like that. But because of that, she's going to be very like it's going to have affected her mentally, and she's not going to be the same. Something like that. Like that's the kind of theory that I'm building right now. And if it does come to pass, then fantastic, I got it right. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But yeah, the whole aura thing, because obviously I was talking about Nov like basically being like so shocked that he was somebody that, you know, like the last person you would think that would break down like that, because he was so cool, calm, and collected before. But yeah, when I was told that it was because he was in like using Zetsu to remain undetected, that he wasn't being protected by the you know, by like his 10, I'd imagine, because yeah, it is similar to what had happened when Gon and Killua were first learning about like 10 to get through Hisoka's aura, right? And you know, they would like when Wing was talking about how it can actually like kill you and stuff. So I guess that's the you know, the reason why Nov is so affected, is because of that. So I don't know if Palm is using Zetsu as well. I'd figure she would be, because it would be too dangerous not to. But I don't know. I mean, there's no like visual representation to determine whether or not they're using Zetsu or not. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and then the other, or I guess the first half of the episode was the Morel and Leol fight, where Leol has he's gone, he's dead, he drowned. For some reason I knew that would come back to bite him in the arse. The fact that he's a cat and he's using water like as an ability, like I knew it would come back to bite him in the arse, because famously cats don't like water. So there we go. I thought it was a wave of flame at first, but I guess because of the colour grading, it's underground, therefore it's all artificial light that it just looked that colour. But yeah, so the ability that he was using actually belongs to Morel's buddy, someone called Gretchen, who is somebody that we haven't seen, I don't think, and if we have, it's just been something like for like a scene, I'd imagine, or like he was in the background. I don't like, you know, he was never introduced as a character, so there's that. But yeah, halfway through I was like, oh yeah, he must be still alive, because Leol was saying that in order for the IOU ability thing to work, the person has to be alive. Like that's how he figured out that Flutter was alive, because he was able to borrow the power. So yeah, Gretchen would be as well. The only thing is that Gretchen, like, he would have had to have made like the conditions for the IOU power is something that like has to be, you know, like Leol would have like well, I guess would have helped him out in some regard, so therefore the conditions would have to have been met where Gretchen would have thanked him for it. I can't remember the exact conditions, but it's something like that, right? So I'm going to have a guess is that Gretchen's going to turn up, like Morel goes seek him out or something. Something will happen where Gretchen will turn up, and then I don't know, we'll get some information on, you know, what had happened there. But I don't know, it might have been a case where, like, similar to what's happening with Mello and Akalgo, like they're joining up with Gon and Killua and are basically like friends now. If Morel goes to see goes to see Gretchen, and I don't know, Gretchen finds out Leol's dead, who knows? He might be like sad about it. Who knows? They may have been friendly before, but you know, we have no idea. Because remember, the all of the, I don't even know what you would call them, like the rest of the Chimera Ants, so the likes of, you know, like Mello, Akalgo, Leol, Cheeto, all of them, they're kind of in it for themselves, not to really, you know, to actually assist the king and stuff, right? They want they want to be the king themselves. So, you know, it's possible that he may have gotten friendly with Leol like Gretchen did, and then I don't know, maybe that's how, you know, it translates into him having Gretchen's power. But you know, that remains to be seen if that'll end up coming back at some point. I imagine so, because I guess when you mention the character's name, there's something there. There's a part of the story that hasn't been explained, so I'd imagine he would come up in the story at some point, possibly some point soon as well. Who knows? yeah, and fucking Morel sucking all of the air out, and that's what he did. It's great. So yeah, it was just the fact of carbon dioxide. So the fact is that because it was underground, it allowed, it allowed for no extra like sort of oxygen to come in, and all the air that he was Morel was expelling out just was carbon dioxide. So the only thing that Leol was breathing in was carbon dioxide. That's how he started getting fuzzy in the head and stuff. No brain to the oxygen. No brain to the oxygen. No oxygen to the brain. Completely reversed that one. Anyway, yeah. So Morel obviously, I mean, he couldn't have thought about, like, he didn't obviously know about the water thing beforehand. The ability that Leol had, but Morel did lead him to the underground church, right? So, but this is the thing. Is like with Morel, the way he fights, at least what we've seen anyway, he fights very sneakily. Like he doesn't. It's not like a, up front like Knuckle would do. It's very like, sneakily like behind your back kind of shit. Because he did the same with Cheeto, and he did the same with he's done it with Leol as well. So, but it's great. I love the way that like he fights, because it's not like it's completely unexpected. And even to the point of like, Leol basically fucked up because he was thinking too much and thinking that, oh no, Morel, he's trying to escape. It's not what happened though. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I've got. Killua's back, great, awesome, loving that. He's fucking shredded. Jesus Christ, that body is chiseled. And yeah, so it's great to have Killua back in the mix. Because yeah, he did suffer quite the injuries last time around. And yeah, it seems like he's going to be training in Calgo all like every morning and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, I think a Calgo probably needs it. But yeah, I mean, that's all I've got for episode 107. So yeah, that's all. So thank you everyone for watching. In the description below, I've links to certain things. One of them is the Discord, so you can get yourself over there if you want. And I also have a Patreon page as well. So if you do want to support me on Patreon, that'd be very much appreciated. There is a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the early access tier, $5 a month. That gives you access to shows a week early, and you get 4 episodes of Hunt x Hunt every week. That's 2 on Monday and 2 on Friday, as opposed to the general public that only get 2 episodes a week. So by the time this episode goes out on YouTube for the general public, I will probably react to the rest of the show. So you can go over, become an early access tier patron, and if you can binge watch the rest of the show within a month, it's only going to cost you $5. So it's a pretty good deal. There's also full length tier there, which doesn't matter for this show, but for other shows you will need that. And then there are other tiers where you can pay to have me react to a certain show. So if you want me to react to a show, then go have a look and see what they offer. But that was all I got. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.